this is Dawn with Dream Destinations by Dawn, and today I wanted to go over 4 different travel scams that are pretty common. Number 1, the taxi running up the meter. So this can happen a few different ways. Either the taxi driver says the meter is broken, but they will take you anyway, and then they just tell you an outrageous amount at the end of the ride. Or they speed up the meter and add money and you're not aware. It could also mean that they take a different route and you don't know, but that route is longer. Another thing that happened to me when I was traveling in China, I had just gotten there. I didn't know the language at all. Luckily, I was with some other people, but the taxi driver totally charged us more than he should have. And either he didn't know English or he was pretending not to know English because he would not communicate with us. Now, the taxis were so cheap in China anyway. I think it was just a $5 ride, and maybe he added an extra $1 or so. And there's no tipping there. We don't tip taxi drivers. So to us, it wasn't a big deal anyway. We were not going to start a big thing over it. But after that, we always asked the taxi driver what the charge was, where we were going before we even got in the taxi. So that's a good way to avoid it. You ask the taxi driver what the charge is before you get in the taxi, and you want to kind of have an idea of what the charge is supposed to be. So that's something you want to ask the hotel. And then when the taxi driver gives you his amount, you'll know if he is telling you the truth or not. Number 2, and this happened to my mother while she was traveling in the Middle East. So the taxi driver takes you to where you tell him to your hotel, and then the taxi driver will tell you, oh, that's not a good hotel, or they are closed, or they are overbooked, and then they will take you to another hotel, and they're making a cut off of bringing you to the other hotel. So if this does happen to you and your taxi driver tells you, oh, that hotel is bad, or it's closed, tell him you want to go anyway, you already have reservations, and you want him to take you there. If he will not take you there, get out of the car and get another taxi driver. So don't fall for that one. Number 3, a fake hotel call. So this one is the scariest, I think, to me, because I might fall for this one. Now I won't, but it could happen in the middle of the night or anytime after you check into a hotel. You get a phone call on your hotel phone and they say it's the front desk and there's a problem with the credit card and they need you to confirm the credit card number and all of the information. And thinking it's the front desk, you go ahead and give them the information, especially if it's in the middle of the night and they call you and you're not thinking straight. So if this happens, do not give information over the phone. Do not give your credit card over the phone. Just tell them you will come down to the desk in the morning and take care of it and hang up. And then go to the front desk in the morning and ask if there's a problem. And I am sure they will tell you there is no problem, and then you can just tell them what happened. So be really, really wary of that. If you just remember never to give your credit card information over the phone, especially if someone calls you and asks you for your number, don't ever do that. And you should be pretty safe. Number 4, this happens to me a lot in cities. So someone will come up to you and give you a free bracelet, or they'll come up to your child and offer them a free bracelet and try and put it on their wrist, or grab their wrist to try and put it on. Or they'll offer you free flowers or a free postcard. Happens to me in Chicago all the time. Well, trust me, those are not free. And although they say it's free, once you take it, they will expect money. And if you don't give them money, they will cause a scene. This happened to me multiple times in Chicago before I finally figured it out. And now if someone just offers me something, I just say no thank you and I keep walking. Don't even make eye contact. No thank you, and keep walking. Okay, so I just wanted to share a story with you about something that happened in New York City. Now, I grew up in New Jersey, right outside of New York, so I went into New York a lot, so I kind of know how things work there. Now I live in the Midwest. I actually live in Iowa, and my daughter's school was going to New York City for a school choir trip. I was one of the chaperones. I was one of the parent chaperones going with these kids. So we are all one night at Times Square, and you know, they have these people dressed up, right? They have like this freaky Elmo, they have someone dressed up as the Statue of Liberty, they had a freaky Spider-Man, they had all these characters. And these kids from the Midwest had never been to New York City. They had no idea what was going on. So they run in with these characters and start taking all these pictures, right? They're taking selfies, they're taking pictures. Well, then the characters expected money, and these kids did not know that these characters wanted money. So the kids start walking away, and the characters are like yelling at them, and then I just go over and I grab the kids and I take them away and we leave, and everything was fine. But just expect when you see these people dressed up as these characters in the middle of busy areas in cities, and they ask to take a picture, they do want to be paid for that picture. And if you don't pay them, they will start causing a fuss and following you around. So just be careful of that. If anyone's offering you a free bracelet, free flowers, free postcard, it's not free. And if they want to take a picture with you, that's not free either. Go ahead and take the picture if you want, but understand you are going to have to pay them or you will hear about it. So those are some travel scams I wanted to share with you. Be careful out there. I love traveling. Traveling is so amazing, but you do have to be smart and just be aware of what scams are out there. Have you come across any travel scams? Has anything happened to you, or have you witnessed a scam as you were traveling? Let me know in the comments below, because I would like to create a list to give out to people so that they can be aware of all the different scams out there. So let me know what has happened to you or what you have avoided and how. And please give me a thumbs up if you found this video helpful, and subscribe to me. I will be coming out with a lot more tips, a lot more travel tips like this, and reviews on my different travels. Thanks everyone. Bye-bye. So those are some travel scams that I wanted to share with you. Be safe out there. Traveling is amazing, and most of the time... Rosie! Rosie! Rosie, come here.